reason behind this, Grant. Talk about the mindset for teams right now.
Well, if people tell you the standings don't affect the mindset, BA, they're lying. Everyone is asking themselves how they can improve or maintain position. You just don't want to backslide now.
And now Dallas is starting group. Washington and Gafford, the combo inside. Flag is out there with Max Christie, and it's Marshall in at the 3.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Shot is good by Edwards.
Well, look, Edwards plays with a lot of confidence, which makes him deadly off the catch.
Christie with a screen on DiVincenzo. Pass to Washington. Marshall outside. Some nice ball movement by Dallas. Shoots a fadeaway. And the shot no good, a bit short. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Edwards, a pass to McDaniels. It's Edwards on the wing. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
And sometimes Edwards makes defenses feel helpless. Tough shot there.
So it's the Mavericks now, and offensive rebounding, one of Rudy Gobert's specialties, Grant.
Yeah, in some games, over half his points come from second chance opportunities. And you know, BA, even when you block him out, he can reach right over you and get that board.
Marshall passes to Washington. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Christie. And the 3 off target. Minnesota with the ball. Christie with a steal. Pass to Washington. Christie with a screen on Randall. The 3 from Washington. They grab their own miss. And it's Gafford missing.
Far from an ideal start, only 1 for 5. Let's see if they go.
Oh, wow! What a play!
That was incredible. Well, that was unbelievable. Not many guys can do what Ant-Man just did.
Now here's Washington. His last outing, he had 18 points. Marshall. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. Yep, that one goes.
Well, early in this game, they've made one good play after another.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. So Jason Kidd's decided to call timeout here. He's going to talk it over with his guys. And we're joined now by Shams Charania. He's calling in with a story. Good to have you, Shams. What's going on?
Well, a new ownership group taking over for the Timberwolves. There remains a commitment to continuity on the basketball side. And while creating a replacement for the league's second oldest arena is a priority, they've made it clear their commitment is to remain in Minnesota.
You'd love to hear it. All right, Shams, thank you for the report. Here's Flag. He's been a big scorer for this offense, averaging around 20 points a game. And they're dialed in offensively.
Sure are. Staying in attack mode and at the same time playing under control. Boy, absolutely no rim protection, leading to a lot of easy buckets here.
Mavericks trail by 8. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, Rudy Gobert talked about his objectives. He said, my goal is to be the best defender ever. And now my only focus is to win a championship and to keep impacting my team. Keep trying to make my team the top defense in the league. I think that's the best measure of an all-time defender. Right?
He can lock it down. Okay, thanks for the report, Allie. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Pass to Washington. On the wing, Christie. Now Gafford. Washington outside. Here's Flag. Shot clock at 6. To end the drought. Dallas, no good that time either.
Well, this period, he's been his own worst enemy, and now he's pressing.
Edwards, no good.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Marshall on the wing. DiVincenzo covering. Pass to Flag from the arc. That one's off. He's 1 for 6.
Familiar results for him. He can't get anything together.
And there it is for him.
They're really working the paint now.
Mavericks trail by 2. So Jason Kidd's decided to call timeout here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. Stan, a recent development in Anthony Edwards' game is three-point shooting.
Yeah, Brian, he led the league in threes attempted last year and shot it at a good percentage, too. He's such a good driver. Taking lots of threes will open things up for him.
Reed's checked in for the Timberwolves. Highland comes in for Anthony Edwards. Dallas also making some changes. Middleton has checked in for Washington, and it's Nembhard in for Marshall. Has to flag. And here's Nembhard. Now Gafford. Here's Christie. Off the mark there with a three. 1:09 left in the first quarter. From the line, and the basket by Highland.
And usually teams go on runs from a bunch of layups and dunks, but that's not the case here.
Here's Middleton. Right now contributing around 10.5 points a game. Here's Gafford, and that comes off the assist by Middleton.
Just what they wanted from that possession. A quality look in tight.
Nembhard against DiVincenzo. Outside Reed, stolen by Gafford. Here's Flag. McDaniels with the rebound.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
Back to Reed. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. 6 to shoot. Randall right side. Highland looking for an opening. Over Flag. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Bagley for three. That shot is off. Anthony Edwards has been on display for Minnesota. He made a big impact, scoring 12 points in the quarter. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. So far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And quite a position here for the Timberwolves. What do you think, guys?
They are looking engaged so far, especially on offense.
Yeah, and that's helped them get the lead. But we'll have to see if they can sustain this offensive output.
On the court right now for the Mavericks. Klay Thompson is out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Marvin Bagley. Then it's Williams. And it's Nembhard in at the point guard position. Minnesota leading by 10. Conley with the ball. The rebound by Nembhard. Outside, Williams. Back to Nembhard. Thompson outside. From outside, off the mark. And we played through the first minute here in the second. To the paint. Here's Highland. Hook it. And it's Randall with the assist. Highland's got his second bucket of the night.
Good play call and good execution. The offense running on all cylinders.
And the Mavericks have stressed the importance of defense to winning at the highest level, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., they felt that fortifying the team at that end of the floor would get them closer to contention. And look at them. They're making some bold moves there along the way.
Now here's Highland. He's been productive, averaging just over 7 points a game. Count it. Highland's gotten his third basket of the night.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
And here are the Mavericks now. It's a 14-point game. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Back to Nembhard. Stolen by Conley. And there's the lob.
Gliding the pass to where it needed to be.
Wow, a strong finish to seal the deal. Now Nembhard. No points so far. Pass to Thompson. 4-3. Rebound Minnesota. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. Back to Conley. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Over Nembhard. Conley finds Highland. Clock at 6. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
And it hasn't just been their stellar offense. Their defense has been effective as well.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Here's Nembhard. Following the score by Minnesota. Pass to Middleton. Shot to stop the run. Williams from long range. And Conley grabs the miss.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone. I just love the ball movement.
And so Middleton will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. So Jason Kidd decided to call timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Minnesota will go for a different look here. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Reed. McDaniels comes in for DeSumo. Anthony Edwards is checked in for Highland. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Conley. Now here's Gafford. Taking a look at his production. Averaging just over 8 points a game. The three from Washington. Hauled in by DiVincenzo.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
Here's Washington. Yet to see a basket. Pass to Flag. Shot clock at 5. Again the miss by the Mavericks.
His shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
Edwards. That one is off. Christie with some nice D. Mavericks trail by 20. Washington outside to get back on track. Randall pulls down the board. The Timberwolves have gotten 5 of 7 shots to fall in the second. Here's Edwards. That is now his 7th field goal in 10 attempts. Impressive. And a lot of spot-up shooters now, adding a one-dribble pull-up 3 to the repertoire.
Yeah, when you have defenders selling out to contest that catch and shoot, you got to reload, relocate, and let it fly. It's a valuable counter for those long-distance specialists.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thank you, guys. Chris Finch getting buy-in from his players top to bottom. Anthony Edwards said, he's such a great coach and just a likable person. He will coach you hard, and he comes in ready to work every day. We look forward to working with someone like that. Back to you guys.
Has them bought in. Thanks much for the report, Allie.
And they're up.
Oh, my goodness!
Oh, my. Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
Thanks to AT&T for that fantastic look from their connected cam. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
For Minnesota, they've gotten 7 of 10 attempts to drop in the second quarter. Pass to DiVincenzo. Back to Randall. There's 39 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Edwards fires from way outside. Edwards can't get that one to fall. And so it's Dallas with it. And there's the foul. It's on Rudy Gobert. That's his first foul of the game. Reed's checked in for Randall. Here's Flag. DiVincenzo covering. Here's Washington, 11 feet out, and he hits it. 17 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball. And here's Edwards. He's got 16. It'll count. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves continuing to pile it on, up 22 as we head to the break. They've done well to disrupt the opposition, playing inspired defense. More 2K action in just a moment.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action,
And for that game against the 76ers, on paper, these teams are pretty even. So what will be the determining factor there, Ernie? I'm not sure, but they...
and let's move on to that first half. Talk about a rough start for the Mavericks.
What they're doing tonight doesn't even count as defense. Open shots all over the place. Have a little pride, fellas.
Yeah, their lack of engagement at that end is pretty glaring.
Thanks for tuning in.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And you know, Anthony Edwards has been really making it happen, guys.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. They got Bones Highland, Naz Reid out there with McDaniels. Then it's Dante DiVincenzo, so that's the Timberwolves 5. Now here's Highland. Reid passes to Highland, 6 on the shot clock, and there's the drive. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Well, that's a smart pass by Reid. Very unselfish. It's still hard to believe this guy wasn't drafted.
And prior to last season, the Timberwolves had never won a playoff series in consecutive seasons, Dan.
Yeah, and so now they make the conference finals 2 seasons in a row, the most sustained success this franchise has ever known.
Now here's Washington, doing some damage on the offensive end, putting up a little over 14 points a game. Here's Highland. And a miss there on the triple. Down low. And the dunk by Gafford.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, and absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. Now here's DiVincenzo, making a mark on the offensive end, scoring around 13 a game. Now here's Highland. Back to DiVincenzo. No good on the 3. Here are the Mavericks now with the ball. Pass to Flag. Now Gafford inside. And Flag gets it to go on the assist by Gafford.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
Minnesota leading by 20. Outside Highland. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Back to DiVincenzo. Pass to Reid. The 3 is up. And the rebound goes to Dallas.
They've had a quiet start to this half, hitting just 1 of their first 4 attempts.
Here's Christie. Again, Dallas.
And making 3 of their first 4 shots in this half is a strong start. Now it's about growing that momentum.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. The Timberwolves going with a whole new group out there. Already it's February. Let's see how things look out west. Taking a look at Minnesota. And they're sitting with the 5th seed in the conference currently. And checking out the Mavericks, just need to keep fighting.
You know, for Minnesota, we'll see if they can up the ante down the stretch. They still have a lot of work to do in order to rise to the top.
Well, sometimes those teams that are on the edge can be the most dangerous. They play like they have something to prove.
We've seen Anthony Edwards dramatically increase his rate of three-point attempts.
Yeah, Brian, while also increasing his percentage. It makes him that much more dangerous as a scorer. We know he can finish around the rim, and that creates a pick-your-poison situation for the defense.
To the middle. Pass to Gafford. Some nice ball movement by Dallas. And it's Christie with a 3. Christie's got 5 points.
This is their plan in the second half, to try to use the three-point shot to shrink this deficit.
And the basket by Edwards.
Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
Mavericks trail by 20. Here's Christie. 5 points in the game. Back to Gafford. It's blocked by Gobert.
Stellar defense. Gobert will have him thinking twice about bringing it inside again.
Dallas has gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Pass to Gafford. Now here's Washington. And there's the foul. It'll go on Julius Randle. That's his first foul of the game. So Jason Kidd decided to call timeout here. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. Nembhard, he's checked in for the Mavericks. And so quickly we look at the teams with the highest field goal percentage. It's the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. The 4th spot held by the Timberwolves.
The basketball IQ this team possesses is special. They don't rush anything on the offensive end. They take their time and stay patient trying to find the best shot possible.
And so Conley will bring it up for the T-Wolves. The biggest lead. Oh, flying high!
Unreal.
Throwing it down!
That's just incredible.
Woo! That's the type of move that you see in a dunk contest.
Takes great confidence to alley-oop to yourself.
Sure does.
For Dallas, they've gone 4 of 8 in the third. Outside Christie. Washington outside. Dallas no good that time either. Minnesota leading by 22. It's stolen by Washington. Christie passes to Marshall. Soft touch off the glass. Marshall's got his first basket.
Too easy for a guy of his caliber. The D must put up more of a fight down there.
Yeah, they can't let him even get into that space. If he gets good position on the block, it's trouble.
Now here's Edwards. Give him 20. The shot, no good. Nice D from Gafford. Nembhard for 3. Randle pulls down the board. And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting 61% for the game.
Wow! Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
Thanks for that great view, courtesy of the AT&T Connected Cam. The Mavericks have gone 5 of 11 in this third quarter. Washington outside. Gafford up top, outside Christie. Washington outside, outside Christie. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Nembhard for 3, pure from three-point range.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Highlight! What a slam!
Oh, my.
You have to be kidding me.
Wow, that's how you take things into your own hands. Pass to Washington. Back to Nembhard. Three-pointer. Not going to go that time. Anthony Edwards has been on display for Minnesota. He's been lighting it up tonight. 24 points. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist to the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the court right now for the Mavericks. Thompson and Flagg fill out the wings. Marvin Bagley is out there with Chris Middleton. And it's Nembhard in at the point.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area, huh?
Nembhard with it. Thompson outside. Well, officials have never been under greater scrutiny, so development is key, Grant. And I read now they have a training app refs can use on their phones.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the players leveraging electronics to train smarter, and it's great to see the officials making use of technology as well.
Edwards against Thompson, and the basket by Edwards. Edwards got 28 points for the game.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. Pass to Middleton. Thompson scanning the floor. Back to Middleton. Thompson outside. Takes the three. Randall pulls down the board. Randall's got 4 rebounds now. Edwards, the pass to Gobert. Back to Edwards. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Minnesota.
Well, they've clearly been focused on getting the ball inside. And up to this point, the defense has not had an answer.
They're also finding a lot of points tonight off of transition play, running the floor and using the fast break to beat the defense.
Pass to Thompson. Lets the three fly. Randall pulls down the board. Randall's got 5 rebounds in the game. Thompson with a steal. Up top, Nembhard. And they say that leadership starts at the top, Stan. How does great ownership and the front office permeate an organization?
Well, you're absolutely right, B.A. Leadership starts at the top. And the best owners in this league go out and get great people, and then they empower them. They don't micromanage. They get people to work and use their expertise to build the organization.
Now Middleton. Looking to win the run. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gobert. And Minnesota will go for a different look here. Naz Reid's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Freeman comes in for Julius Randle. Phillips is checked in for Mike Conley. And it's Highland in.